女士们、先生们，大家下午好！欢迎大家来到华为，也感谢大家参加今天的发布会。我叫曹小静。今天我们将发布华为公司2019年上半年业绩。
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Huawei, and thank you very much for attending this press conference. My name is Chao Jingjing, and today we're going to release the business result of Huawei in the first half of this year. In addition to Shenzhen here, we also have colleagues in Britain, France, Belgium, Italy, the Netherlands, Hungary, and Portugal, who attended this press release from distance. We also have online audience from all across the world watching on the internet. May I first give the floor to the chairman of Huawei, and then let's open the session for Q&A. Now let's get started. May I first give the floor to Dr. Liang Hua, chairman of Huawei, for him to give you a release about the business result of Huawei in the first half of this year.
非常欢迎大家来参加2019上半年业绩发布会。那首先我分享业绩发布会。
Good afternoon.
那首先我分享一个信息。
Welcome to the
因为从2019
Huawei 2019 H1 business result press conference. Let me first share with you a piece of information, because from the first half of this year, Huawei is under strike by the United States, and over the first half of this year, we have more than 2,600 journalists coming to Huawei, interviewing our managers and employees, visiting the production line. And they also experienced the employee cafeteria and the coffee shops inside Huawei. I believe that the journalists have seen clearly what Huawei is at work. It's just like this aircraft. We are still flying high and above with resilience. And now I will introduce to you the business results and operational status of Huawei in the first half of this year. In the first half of this year, we have had a total revenue of 401.3 billion RMB, which was a year-on-year growth of 23.2%. Our net profit margin is 8.7%. Our supplier revenue is 145.5 billion yuan. Our consumer business is 220.8 billion RMB. So it is fair to say that Huawei's inclusion on the entity list in the United States has brought some impact to Huawei, but its impact is within a controllable range. Our key products have not been affected. So our consumers and customers, they still place their trust on us. The orders from consumers and the choice from our consumers, they represent the most important trust. And here I would like to thank the trust and support placed upon us by our consumers and suppliers all across the globe. Our suppliers and partners, they have also shown great support and trust to us, which has guaranteed the stability of the suppliers and also secured our delivery to our customers. The continuity management of our suppliers and also the diversification strategy has been proven effective by the market. Up until present, we have not stopped our production for even one day, and we have not paused our delivery and shipment to our consumers for even one day. And in ICT infrastructure, We have maintained a very stable shipment. In addition to the smartphone business, which has been slightly affected in wireless network, in fiber communication, in data transmission, and also in IoT, we have registered a very robust growth. And in particular, in the field of 5G, we have presence already in more than 30 countries, and we have substantial business cooperation in those countries, and we have delivered a total of 150 5G stations in those countries. So it is fair to say that we are a leading player in the 5G market globally. And now let's take a look at how we perform in the consumer section. Putting Huawei and Honor combined, we have delivered a total of 118 million units of smartphone. This was an increase of 24%. And we also have a wider layout in these segments. In addition to smartphones, in PC and tablets and wearables, we also have witnessed a very healthy development. In the field of a smart ecology, we also have seen some scale developing. And in mid-end cloud operation, we have a consumer base of more than 800,000. We are covering a total of 500 million users globally. So no matter it is in the shipment of smartphones, in the deployment of ecology, and also in the construction of Huawei's ecosystem, we have seen great developments. As you might know, that Huawei's smartphone is better in picture taking, in AI, and also in many different applications. This is why our users are so fond of our products. It's because we deliver value to our users in these aspects. And we need to return to our users with better performing products. We need to be objective that prior to May, before the entity list, we had very dramatic development. Even after the inclusion of the entity list, we were still developing very fast due to the inertia of the markets. So in general, in the first half of this year, we've had very good business performance. We've had stable business operation and effective business growth. But we must also be objective. We still face a lot of difficulties in the second half of this year and also in next year. These difficulties can still be very significant. So we need to invest heavily in human resources and also in capital so as to guarantee the continuity of our supply system and also to guarantee our shipment to our consumers. And we need to guarantee the investment, and this investment will have some impact to the annual performance of our company. But as you have just seen the photo of the fighter jet, we need to continue to mobilize all resources. And for the carrier business, we are filling the holes, and we are still developing the business with carriers. And right now, the focus is on filling the gap in the consumer segment. So we have to continue with our perseverance and persistence. The external difficulties, they might affect the pace of our development for the time being, but they will not fundamentally change the direction that we are moving into. So we will hold firm to our strategic direction. We are going to survive, and we're very confident in surviving. And as I have mentioned, that we are going to fill the loopholes. And in the meantime, we are going to continue to invest in the future. While striving for surviving, we are seeking even greater development. So this year, in terms of R&D investments, we have planned a total of 120 billion RMB. We believe that after overcoming those difficulties, we will embrace a new round of greater development. So at Huawei, we have been open to collaboration and win-win result. No matter what happens, we will be open to collaboration. We will not confine ourselves in a dead end of isolated developments. We will continue to strive for win-win cooperation in the supply system, so that we can deliver value and we can deliver value to our carriers and suppliers and bring value to our users. And that is why we have been continuing to cooperate with universities, research institutes, as well as industrial associations. So we will continue to further this cooperation and develop ourselves further and better, and only win-win cooperation can lead to hope.
公司在过去半年，应该说从外部来看，华为应该说是极其不平静的，经历了这么大的风浪。但是我们从
Over the past half year, from the external perspective, it has been very volatile. But from inside Huawei, we have been actually very calm. Everybody is concentrating on our own professional work. We are focused on serving our clients, delivering better services to them. So in this aspect, despite the potential difficulties lying ahead, we remain confident in further developing our company. And in the field of ICT, there is still a lot of opportunities. The digitalization and informationization, they will bring about enormous opportunities to the society. And we, with our competitive edges and solutions, we will better serve our consumers. And we believe that there is still a lot of opportunities in ICT. In the meantime, we must also be mindful that we have better cooperation with our partners all across the globe, because our partners, they trust us, we bring them with value. So this mutual trust is further consolidated. And also as an organization, at the moment when it is placed under the maximum pressure, it is also the moment for it to unleash its potential. And the strike from the United States is making us a better organization in that we are more smooth inside and our internal vitality is further unleashed. Everybody is more mobilized. So at this historical moment, we will find more talents from both internally and externally coming together to jointly develop this company. In 2 to 3 years, I believe that Huawei will have a team that is having a better management capacity, that is more active, and that will be more capable in supporting the new round of development of Huawei. The vision of Huawei is to bring digital to every person, home, and organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. So when we are climbing on the Himalayas of IT, Huawei has chosen a very difficult path, but we do not regret for that. Even given the difficulty, we are still consistent with our persistence. It is because of this persistence that we have been kept fighting. And that is why we are standing on the peak of many different sectors in the whole world. In the meantime, we will remain committed to open cooperation. In that, we attract leading talents of the world to come on board to explore the future. Our commitment to the future and our responsibility to our vision is the reason that we are still moving forward. We are not pushing back, and we believe that we will eventually end up in a destination of victory.
感谢梁博士。
Thank you very much.
在接下来的1个小时，我们将回答大家的问题。我将选择一个来自国内媒体的问题，选择一个来自国际媒体的问题。
In the next 1 hour, we will answer your questions. I want to select a question from a domestic journalist and then a foreign one, and let's do this in turns. And when you are given a chance, please first introduce yourself before you ask the question. In order to give you more opportunities of questions, may I ask each and every journalist to only ask one question. May I now give the floor to Chairman Liang Hua, Huawei, the Chief Operational Officer, Madam Shi Yanli, Deputy CFO of Huawei. Now please come on the stage, and may I also invite Madam Liu Rui, the translator for the Q&A session. Our first question goes to a domestic journalist, please.
问一下梁董事长，就是您刚才也提到了，就是说这个5月之前的时候，华为发展还是比较快的，5月之后，这个发展比较慢。我们大概算。
I'm with Xinhua News Agency. My name is Liang Pan. My question is directed to Chairman Liang. You said that prior to May, Huawei had very dramatic developments, and it has been 90 days from May. And can you tell us what are the changes of Huawei under pressure? And can you give us a projection that how would Huawei register a business development without the external impact?
Before May, Huawei was growing quite rapidly, and after May, the growth rate kind of slowed down. So we have calculated numbers. So it's about 90 days that have passed since May the 16th up to today. So what would you say is the impact of the U.S. campaign against Huawei? And could you come up with an estimate, if without the U.S. campaign, what would have been Huawei's growth by mid-year of 2019?
那应该说，我们说在5月份之前，5月16号之前，那应该整个公司我们的业务发展应该是非常快的啊，非常快的。那么在之后，其实因为由于市场的惯性，其实在将近大概也就是45天左右嘛，就说我们上半年我们大概1个半月啊，1个半月。但是呢，因为有市场惯性，其实我们基本上还在增长，除少数的一些这种产品，比如说我们在这个智能计算，我们的服务器啊这块和海外的一些我们海外的这种消费者的业务啊受到了一些影响以外，那应该说我们在上半年整体对我们整体这一块的影响，对我们整体的影响应该不是太大，所以说我们在上半年应该说整个各项财务指标啊是比较良好的，那我们也取得了比较好的这种稳健经营和有效增长。啊，有效增长，因为您刚才说的这个问题呢，因为没法假设啊，我们不是说不假设它不发生我们会这样，因为它已经发生了，所以说我们在这个发生了以后，我们应该说在整个的公司的应对中，我们产品的这个替代啊，以及我们供应连续性等等这一方面，应该说我们很好的还是保障了整个对客户的一些交付啊，客户的一些交付，包括我们应该从整个公司各个环节。在保障这个供应连续性方面，应该都做出了非常多的努力。同时，我们的合作伙伴啊，我们的供应商啊，应该说在这方面也给了非常大的一些支持啊，非常大的支持，使得我们应该说在整个供应的稳定和供应的连续性啊，以及对客户的这种交付方面啊，没有受到太多的影响。就像我刚才讲了，其实迄今为止，我们没有一天啊停止生产，也没有一天中断我们对客户的发货啊，所以说我们想着。 但是我们说从全年来看，困难肯定是有的啊，应该说，但是我们对今年一年啊，2019年整个的发展我们还是有信心的，所以说我们还会继续的在这方面，比如说来补洞啊，包括我们说我们在运营商业务这一块应该补得差不多了啊，补得差不多了。那我们在消费者业务里面还有一些，现在要重点把消费者业务的一些洞要补啊，那这样的话，我想我们整个公司整个的这个发展啊，应该的发展，我们今年一年应该说整个发展我们还是有信心的，还是非常有信心的。
Prior to May the 16th, Huawei has been growing quite rapidly. And since May 16th up to today, it's about 1 month and a half, so it's around 45 days. And because of the carryover effect, we continue to grow. And there has been some impact in some business areas, such as intelligent computing. There is some impact on our server business, and there is also some impact on our consumer business in the non-China market. But generally speaking, the impact on the company in the first half of this year is not a large impact. And that is why you have seen quite sound financial indicators that I have presented in this speech. And that is why we have maintained robust growth. I really cannot make the estimates under the assumption because it has happened and we cannot assume that it hadn't happened. And what I can say is that since May the 16th, we have proactively responded to the situation. We have worked very hard to address the issues in production and to ensure supply chain continuity. And we have worked hard to achieve so across the different domains, the different steps of the supply chain, but at the same time, we get great support from the partners and suppliers. And that is why we have continued to provide supplies steadily and with great continuity. As I have talked about, there isn't a single day when we have stopped the production or when we have stopped the shipments. From a whole year perspective, we still expect difficulties ahead of us, but we still are very confident in our whole year performance because, as I have addressed, we are just about finished fixing the holes with the carrier business, and we're now more focused on patching up the holes in our consumer business, and that's the reason that we stay confident in our whole year performance.
Thank you. Now, let's take the second question from international media, please. Mr. Li Tao.
你好，南华早报的记者。今早的 Canalys 的报告呢显示，华为是中国市场第二季度唯一手机出货实现增长的品牌。相对华为实现30%多的增长呢，其他的友商其实都是出现了双位数的一个下跌。加上呢，之前余承东先生也提到了，华为其实目标是在年底的时候要达到手机市场50%的一个出货量。所以呢，我在想，考虑到整个国内的总体手机市场其实是在下降的，然后友商的份额不断的被蚕食，所以套用一句比较流行吧、时髦的话，但是可能未必最恰当的一个话，就是我想问一下梁先生，内地的手机市场在不断的出现一家独大的情况，华为的良心会不会痛啊？
This morning, Canalys reports have come up with the results for the Q2 shipment of smartphones in the China market. And Huawei is the only vendor that has demonstrated growth in this Q2 shipments, a growth rate of 30%, whereas the other vendors have shown double-digit declines. In addition to that, Richard Yu has said that the goal for Huawei's consumer business is to ship half of the smartphones in China by the end of 2019. So given the situation, given the declines of other vendors in the China smartphone market, given the fact that it seems that one vendor keep increasing its dominance in the smartphone market in China, what are your thoughts on this?
那我讲整个消费品，那你做出来在市场上面应该要消费者喜爱，因为没有喜爱就不会有人买。
I think for the consumer business, first and foremost, it has to be a product popular with the consumers, because if the consumers don't love it, they just won't buy it.
那我想，在整个消费者在手机，你刚才谈到这个智能手机这一块业务，在市场上占多大份额，并不一定是我们的追求，但是我也相信，将来在这个市场上也不会说是一家独大，因为消费品 都要不断的这种竞争，随着消费者这个变化，那我讲最重要的一点就是你任何一个公司提供的这种智能手机等消费者产品，能不能跟随消费者未来需求发展的需要。
With regards to the market share of smartphones, I believe market share is not the goal that we pursue proactively in our consumer business, and I don't think that in the future there will only be one dominant player in China's smartphone market, because I think the underlying factor of the market is going to play, which is competition. And I think that any consumer products in the future that wins the market will have to win the hearts and meet the needs of the consumers.
那么为了跟上这种或者说引导或者跟上消费者的这种需求，那就必须坚持在这种研发领域和对新技术的这种投入。
In order to continue to meet the needs of consumers, the consumer goods company will have to carry on investments in research and development and also new technologies.
比如说现在在整个智能手机里面，那么照相已经成为智能手机很重要的一个功能。那么在照相领域里面，不管在照相的硬件以及我们照相的这种软件等等各个领域，包括你形成的这种生态，怎么能跟消费者提供这种便利，怎么能够为消费者产生价值，为消费者所喜爱。所以说在这边技术的投入以及良好的这种产品，我认为是在市场上立根的基本。
Photography is becoming a more and more important feature of smartphones. So that makes it all the more important to build up hardware, software, and the entire ecosystem to support the important features so that it can deliver ease of use to the consumers, so that it can offer value-added services. And that is why it's essential to invest in technologies and innovations so that they can meet the needs of the consumers.
那么消费者对华为这种智能手机，包括我们永远华为手机、永远手机的喜爱这种真爱，那我们想这方面可能在我们这些技术领先以及我们的产品以及我们的体验方面又比较好。那华为其实觉得这是一种压力，我们希望这种压力变为我们持续投入的动力，我们会提供更好的这种产品和服务来回馈这种消费者。
We really appreciate that the consumers love our smartphones, be it Huawei branded phones or Honor branded phones. I think the underlying reasons behind it include our technology leadership, our superior products and experience. But it also gives us pressure, and that makes us to work hard and even more driven to build better products and services for customers.
Now let's take the third question from Chinese media. Lady at the front row, in blue shirt, please.
谢谢，我是中国日报的记者。就我们有注意到终端业务的营收达到了55%，其实跟18年相比又高了很多。但是您刚刚也提到，就是终端其实还有很多洞要补，想请您就是预判一下，就是华为的消费者业务下半年，尤其是在海外市场可能什么样的情况。然后另外我们有注意到，就是有媒体报道，下个月可能部分美国供应商会获得牌照，恢复对华为的发货。我就想请问一下姚总，就是目前美国供应链跟华为这边到底合作情况什么样？谢谢。
The first question is about the consumer business. As we can see from the presentation, consumer business made up 55% of the sales revenue of Huawei. And this percentage is even higher than that in 2018. But as you have also said that you are more focused on patching up the holes in consumer business. So I would like you to come up with a forecast about the second half of this year. What do you expect would be the performance of consumer business of Huawei, especially its performance in the overseas market? The second question is addressed to Mr. Yao. And there were news saying that next month some U.S. suppliers may successfully get the licenses to resume its supplies to Huawei. I would like you to talk about what is the status quo of the Huawei supply chain with the U.S. suppliers.
好，我回答一下这个第二个问题哈。这个首先呢，我们要感谢我们所有的供应商特别是 这个在516这个以来，一直对华为的这个大力支持。当然，这里面也包含了我们的美国的供应商他们就是一直长期以来对华为的支持。我想这一点，想利用这个机会对他们表示感谢。那整个应该说从这个5月16号以来，我们的供应商他们也在积极的努力在符合美国的这个在医药的这种场景下，要遵从美国的这种法律要求，也在积极的去这个跟政府方面，美国政府方面做一些工作，来恢复对华为的这个供货。那所有这些供货也是在断断续续的在不断的在增加之中。那特别是这个上个月G20峰会然后在大阪G20峰会过后，然后很多当然这个美国的这个政府包括特朗普总统也说了会这个加快这个相关方面的这个审批那我们想也这个呢也期盼他们这个加快这个审批，也是期盼他们这个他们的这个承诺的实现那其实现在是不断的在恢复过程中这一点是应该说华为是非常欢迎的。
First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of the suppliers for the trust and support that they have given us since May the 16th, including the US suppliers. We really appreciate it for the long-term support. And since May the 16th, suppliers of Huawei have been working with the US government to try and find a solution while at the same time acting in compliance with the entity list. And we have seen a gradual recovery of the supplies along the way. And we hope that this process could be expedited. We hope that more and more of them can get licenses, and we look forward to it.
那我补充一下就说在这一块其实应该在这里面少量的不重要的恢复了供应，关键的其实到现在并没有恢复并没有恢复。所以说你刚才问到比如说手机的我们的这个安卓的操作系统和生态就包括在这一方面，就我们在它的 GTS 这一方面就这一块到现在也没有恢复。所以我想就是说对于我们刚才你提的第一个问题，在我们手机今年下半年的发展特别在海外，那应该说还是有一些挑战的，当然我们想对于我们不管最后情况之外，如果说这个美国允许这个 Google 我们来使用这个安卓的这种操作系统和生态，那我们在我们产品设计当中我们会优先来选择。那如果说美国政府不允许华为也有能力我们去发展我们的这个操作系统和生态所以我们想在这个我们整个手机业务的发展，应该说现在确实还有很多一些挑战和困难，但是我们想我们就像刚才说我们去把这些洞补好，我们还是希望我们为我们的消费者能够提供更多的产品和服务。
I would like to add something for the second question. For the less important products, the supplies have recovered. However, for the key components, key products, we haven't seen the recovery of the supplies. For example, Android operating system and the ecosystem around it, there's still some impact on that. And you also asked about the smartphone performance in the second half of this year, especially in the overseas market. We expect there to be some challenges. If the U.S. government wouldn't allow the U.S. suppliers to provide for us, we have the capability to develop our own operating system and ecosystem. However, our preferred choice is always to use Android and the Android ecosystem if the U.S. government would allow Google to continue to provide services for us. So we still see challenges ahead of us for the consumer business. That's why we say we'll focus on patching up the holes with the consumer business. Our goal is to continue to provide even better products and services for the consumers.
Thank you. The next question goes to international media. Please raise your hand. Juries, please.
Hi, Sharice Pham from CNN. I just want to follow up on the global smartphone sales question. Mr. Ren said last month that there was a 40% drop in overseas sales immediately following the entity ban. Did you see that continue through to the end of the first half of the year? You know, we're now 2.5 months into the ban, so any more details you can give us on the global smartphone sales being affected, especially since you said earlier that the impact on the consumer business has been in the non-China market? And related to that, can you give us an update on whether flagship smartphones being released this year, the Mate 20X 5G, the Mate Fold, will they be rolling out with Android OS and Google services?
我想接着前面问的一个关于华为智能手机全球销售这个问题。上个月任总在这个接受采访的时候说到，美国颁发了这个实体清单的禁令之后呢，华为的这个手机马上就销量马上下跌了40%。那么从那个时候到现在已经2个半月的时间了，到这个上半年为止，其实是不是还是这样的一个下跌的情况？那么刚刚您也说了，这个实体清单对于华为手机的这个海外市场是有影响的。那我想请问一下，华为今年发布的一些旗舰手机，包括这个 Mate 20X 就 5G 手机，以及这个5G 的折叠屏手机，是否依然会搭载安卓的操作系统，以及使用安卓的这个 GMS 生态？
那我们想在这个516这个实体清单禁令之后，那我们海外手机确实有一个当时有一个下降，因为消费者对这种禁令的影响、信心的影响下降之后，那到现在应该说我们已经恢复到禁令之前80%的水平，80%的水平。
Admittedly, because of the entity list issued on May the 16th, there has been an impact on our smartphone sales in the non-China market. That's been a decline in the sales for smartphones in the overseas market. But now we have recovered to 80% of the sales performance before the entity list.
那么我们在新的一些手机里面，那就现在发布的手机里面，我们现在已经发布这个Mate 20X 是已经在这个之前获得了授权的获得授权，所以说我们按这个是发布，那就是安卓操作系统。然后新的手机发布能否能搭载安卓的操作系统，这个不取决于我们取决于美国政府对安卓的这个是不是允许他们这个让我们用安卓操作系统。
As for the newly announced phones, Mate 20X, the one that we have announced, this phone has been improved, so it's fine for it to use Android operating system. But for the other upcoming phones, I think that it's largely down to the US whether they allow us to use Android OS. We definitely want to use it.
但是我们有一点，我是可以说，我们就说不管怎么样当然有一个好的结果对于双方可能都是好的。不管怎么样，华为我们依然会在我们的这种智能手机这种消费品业务里面以及我们除了手机之外全智慧场景生态的一些产品，我们还会持续发展我们的能力来支撑我们整个消费者业务的这种发展包括我们智能手机的发展。
We still stay very positive, and we hope that it turns out positive for the different parties involved. We can continue to commit to our consumer business, and we will work hard to develop our capabilities in the consumer business ecosystem, including those for the smartphones. And that is what a commitment we have demonstrated to continue to better serve the consumers.
Next question goes to domestic media, please. The gentleman in white shirt at the front row, please. Thank you.
我想问一下石总和梁总关于华为目前现金流的问题。我是中国国际电视台 CGTN 的记者葛云飞。第一个问题是目前来说，刚才看到报告里面说华为的目前的营收增长都比较好，但是目前的华为的现金流情况如何？然后之前的华为发布会说过囤积了很多大量的元器件来应对这次制裁。那么囤积这些元器件对于华为的现金流会有哪些影响？那么如果在最坏的情况下，华为的现金流能够支撑公司运营多长时间？谢谢。
The question is about the cash flow. In the report, we have seen pretty sound sales revenue for the first half, but what about cash flow? And as we know, Huawei has a large stockpile of components in response to the sanctions. So what's its impact? What's the stockpile's impact on the cash flow of Huawei? And in the worst case scenario, the cash that Huawei holds right now can support Huawei to run for how long a time?
那我想我们在整个经营活动当中，我们除了我们刚才说的这个收入我们的盈利，那我们在整个上半年经营活动产生的现金流是正的应该贡献了我们这个正的这种经营性现金流。那我想我们在全年应该说我们在刚才你说的这种存货以及我们生产管理，那我们会根据我们的业务规划，我们做好资金安排以及我们运营资产的管理。那我相信我们今年到年底我们的经营性现金流也是比较好的但是我觉得到时候我们发布年报的时候，可以到时候大家再看我想我们对整个公司的资金管理来支撑公司的经营活动，以及我们在运营资产的运作效率，以及再来保证我们的这种供应连续性等等这一块，我觉得我们会很好的发展。我想不管我们在从业务增长从盈利、从现金流这些财务能力上面，都能够支撑公司的长远发展。
Our sales revenue and profitable business have well supported our cash flow in the first half of this year. So the first half has recorded positive operating cash flow. And from a whole year perspective, we made proper arrangements for production and the stockpile of components, and also will take care of business continuity. And we will make sure that we've got sound capital structure and will manage effective use of working capital. And we look forward to sound operating cash flow by the end of 2019. And because of the things that I've talked about, sound capital structure, effective use of working capital, and business continuity management, we believe that our efforts in these above-mentioned regards will be able to support our long-term growth and development.
Thank you. Our next question goes to international media. Gentleman at the third row, please.
Hi, my name is Ben. I'm from Forbes. I wanted to ask about the alternative OS that operating system that Huawei is developing in case the U.S. government does not let you guys use Android. How far along is our operating system? And earlier you said that there's no guarantee that future Huawei smartphones will be able to use Android. That's up to the U.S. government. So you guys have a major flagship coming out in about a month, the Mate 30. So what if that phone cannot run Android? Can it run the alternative Huawei OS right now? Is it ready, basically?
我这个问题是关于华为的替代操作系统的，就是用手机的替代操作系统。那么这个是华为正在开发的，就假如说安卓不能使用的话，用来替代安卓系统的这么一套操作系统。那想请问一下，华为这个手机操作系统的进展如何？是否已经准备好了？因为像刚刚您也说了，就是能不能使用安卓的 OS 呢，是取决于美国政府。那么下一个月华为还会再发一个旗舰 Mate 30手机，那么这款手机是否会搭载安卓的操作系统？如果不行的话，是不是可以直接使用华为的这个替代的手机操作系统？是否已经准备好了？
那我想在整个安卓系统应该说我们关于这一块我们讲了很多次，我们态度就说如果美国政府允许，那我们依然会在我们的这种产品当中，我们依然优先的选择安卓的这种操作系统和生态。那如果说不能够允许，那我们肯定也会发展自己的操作系统和生态。
As for the questions around Android OS, we have reiterated our positions on this on a number of occasions. If the US allows us to use Android OS for our smartphones, using Android and its ecosystem is always our preferred choice. But if the US wouldn't allow us to use it, we will have have the capabilities to develop our OS and also ecosystem.
那我们在新的产品当中新产品的发布最后搭载什么操作系统？因为刚才我们说了有这种条件，到时候新产品发布的时候，我相信你一定能够看到到底我们准备的程度是啥。
As for the new product launches, I believe you see it with your own eyes how ready we are by then.
Thank you. The next question goes to Chinese media. Gentleman at the front row in green shirt, please. 绿色衣服先生。
你好，我是中国经营报李正豪。我想问一下，其实刚才我们谈了很多关于补漏洞的，其实任总应该在之前的采访中说，我们大概有4000多个漏洞，到年底大概能补93%吧，如果我没记错的话。我想让咱们的高管给梳理一下，这4000多个漏洞到底是什么，我们怎么补
Mr. Ren has said that in total there will be around over 4,000 holes in Huawei's business. And if my memory serves me right, he also says that by the end of 2019, Huawei will be just about finished patching up 93% of the over 4,000 holes. So I would like the Huawei executives to sort out the 4,000 plus holes for me. Exactly what are they? And how are you going to patch up the 4,000 plus holes?
那我们应该说，我们在整个美国对华为实施禁令之后，我们对我们的产品特别是主力产品我们进行了一些梳理那我们看我们这些主力产品里面哪些能保障供应，哪些不能保障供应。那么不能保障供应的，我们就要去改版，我们就要去把它最后开发出来能够满足客户的需求。所以我们做的其实就是个一个产品一个产品。那有一些不是很重要的产品，我们可能就放弃了。但是我们主力产品那我们就会去梳理，再来保障我们的产品能够生产，在保障质量情况能够生产出来，并且能够供应到客户。我们就是一个产品一个产品去梳理。
Since the issuance of the ban on Huawei, we have analyzed our core products one by one. We will see whether we're able to continue with supplies of that core product or whether we will have difficulties. If we have difficulties in the continued supplies of the core products, we have to switch over to other versions in order to deliver to the customers. So we sort out the product one by one in our analysis. We may have to give up the non-core products, some of them, but for the core products, we had the detailed analysis of all of them to see what would be the strategy for us to continue with the deliveries.
那么我们在华为公司，我们业务我们说有连接、计算智能终端。那我们在这几块业务，我们来看我们在连接应该说我们和连接计算这一块，我们基本上我们说我们在梳理我们产品，我们在整个洞我们说基本上补的都差不多了我们说我们在保证主力产品的供应，这个都没问题。那刚才我们前面很多记者朋友也问到了，那我们的终端产品，那终端产品这个大洞怎么补？那我们正在加紧努力加紧努力解决，我们有信心来解决这个问题。
Huawei's business can be described as business in 3 domains: connectivity, computing, and smart devices, intelligent devices. For the connectivity and computing products and solutions, as I have said, we are just about finished patching up the holes in these products and solutions, meaning that we would have no problem continue to provide for our core products in these 2 domains. As for the consumer products and solutions, we are working even harder to patch up the holes, and we have confidence in finishing it up.
Next question goes to international media, please. Dan, please.
Hi, Dan Strumpf with the Wall Street Journal. I was wondering if you've seen any slowdown at all from the blacklisting in terms of your rollout of 5G networks anywhere around the world. Do you see any effect whatsoever on that process? And I was also wondering, I just want to be 100% clear. It sounds like you're saying that none of your suppliers that you know of that are subject to the U.S. entity listing have received licenses from the Commerce Department. Can you just confirm that that's the case, and have you gotten any clarity at all from the U.S. government about when any such licenses might be coming through?
第一个问题是想请问一下美国这个黑名单对华为5G 网络部署的影响，请问这个黑名单有没有对华为在世界各地的这个5G 网络的部署产生影响，然后造成这个放缓？第二个问题就是想澄清一下，我对刚刚您说的这个回答的理解就是说到目前为止，华为还没有看到有任何的这个美国供应商就是受到这个实体清单管制的供应商获得了美国商务部颁发的许可，可以恢复供应。想确认一下是我理解的这个意思吗？那是否有获得进一步的信息，知道这些美国的供应商什么时候能够从美国商务部获得恢复供货的许可？
那我想整个5G 产品我们没有受到这个美国禁令的影响，因为我们在5G 产品里面，我们原来我们就做好了准备所以说我们在5G 的这种产品以及供货上面没有受到影响。那么即使在516之后5月6号这个实体清单之后，我们依然获得了11个5G 的这个商业合同。
Our 5G network rollouts have not been impacted by the U.S. ban because we have been well prepared for our 5G products and solutions, and our ability to provide 5G network products and also our ability to supply 5G network products have not been affected by the ban. And since May the 16th, we have secured 11 5G commercial contracts.
那么你刚才说的，我觉得刚才我们这个供应链主管讲的，就是说在这个G20之后，有一些不是很重要的一些这个产品恢复了供应，但是一些关键的并没有恢复还有很多关键的没有恢复。但是什么时候能恢复，这个不是我们能猜测的，我也不知道。那只有为美国商务部才相关部门认为美国商务部才知道。
And let me clarify the answer to the second question, as it's pointed out by our executive of supply chain. Since G20, we have seen recovery of supplies for some non-core products and components. However, for the key components and products, we haven't seen the resumption of supplies. As for the timing when they will get the licenses, we simply do not know the answer. I think it's the Department of Commerce that's able to answer that question.
Thank you. Next question goes to domestic media, please. Gentleman at the front row with black T-shirt, please.
梁总你好，我来自凤凰网。我想问一下，就是我发现这几年的业绩沟通会的时候都没有提到华为云这块的业务。其实华为云这块的话也发展这么多年了，我想请您就是说能不能大概介绍一下云这块的业务收入如何？另外的话就是刚才也提到就是说您先回答这个问题吧。
In Huawei's annual report briefings or business results briefings over the years, we normally see the performance of Huawei cloud business. And it's been quite a few years since Huawei started to work on its cloud services. So could you please talk about what's the progress or what's the performance of Huawei cloud services? I will stop here before I continue with the second question.
那我们华为云业务应该说这几年都是在持续增长的包括今年上半年的增长也是比较快的。
Our cloud business has continued to grow over the past few years. In the first half of this year, it also grew rapidly.
那么因为你我们在业务层面，你可能在我们年报里没有看到了，是因为我们把我们的华为业务放到了我们现在新的业务单位，就是计算与云这个大的业务板块业务下面。那我应该说在整个我们未来会整合优势就要cloud加 AI 加 5G， 那么我们基于华为云就会基于这样的一个新的这个多元化的这种计算的架构来把不同的应用 跑在这种不同的这种算力上面啊，来构筑我们的优势。所以说我们华为我们会在整个云业务里面，应该说我们还会继续跟我们现有的一些其他的业务啊，共同的来发挥优势，跟客户来提供服务。就是说怎么能有针对性的、真正的在多样化的这种算力上面啊，比如说我们可绕加 AI 加5G 啊等等来构造我们新的这个计算的这种架构啊，来提供我们的云服务。
You didn't see Huawei Cloud Services in our report is because we have incorporated Huawei Cloud Services into a business that we call computing and cloud business. We are embracing cloud, AI, and 5G strategy. And under the strategy, we aim to drive for better Huawei Cloud service development with a diverse architecture. It means that we are committed to building our strengths in meeting differentiated computing demands across different applications on the cloud with AI or 5G. And we'll continue to coordinate Huawei Cloud Services with other business so that we can meet the differentiated requirements in computing resources of different customers.
The next question goes to international media. International media. This gentleman at the front row, please.
你好，我是 Pablo从 ABC 西班牙日报。我用英文问你两个问题。First question, this problem with Huawei and the ban in the US, do you think it's gonna give some time for your rivals to catch up with Huawei's advantage in 5G? And if so, how long do you think this advantage can be shortened? For the second half of the year, do you think you will be able to achieve such a growth over 20%, or is this the time that you are going to feel the effect, the impact of the US ban and the trade war? Thank you very much. 谢谢。
我想问的第一个问题就是，美国对华为的这个禁令，是否对华为在 5G 上的这个竞争格局产生影响？是不是因为这个禁令让华为的一些竞争对手可以抓住这个机会，追赶华为？如果是的话，您觉得华为现在在 5G 上的优势还可以持续多长时间？那么还想问问，就是下半年的这个营收的增速，是不是还能保持在 20% 以上的这个增速？还是说在下半年华为会真正感受到美国禁令的影响、中美贸易战的影响？
那我刚才前面我也讲过，就说 5G 我们产品的这种供货，从我们产品设计到生产到供货，那么目前我们在这方面没有受到影响，因为我们以前就做好了充分准备。那么在市场上面 5G 我觉得取决于客户的选择取决于客户选择。
The first point I would like to re-emphasize is that we are well prepared for our 5G solutions. We are well prepared in the production and also supplies and deliveries of our 5G solutions. That's what I have talked about in the previous answer. In addition to that, I think that at the end of the day, it's down to the customers to choose which vendor they use for 5G.
那么 5G 这网络建设，客户有需求，华为我们有比较领先的这种产品和解决方案，那我们愿意很好的支撑客户来建设 5G 网络通过 5G 网络能有更多的这种商业应用。
On the one hand, the customers have presented their requirements for 5G networks. On the other hand, Huawei is able to deliver leading 5G solutions. I think that it's a good match between the demand and the supplies, and we're able to support the customers in rolling out 5G networks and also supporting the applications that run on top of it.
那我们还是有信心，华为我们在 5G 网的这个 5G 技术以及 5G 产品上的领先，我们愿意跟客户在这一块，在网络规划设计建设以及特别是后面的这种商业发展上面共同探索，来支持客户应用 5G 技术来提供更好的服务。
We still are very confident with our leading 5G technologies and solutions. And we are confident in delivering 5G capabilities across the board, including network planning, network design, network rollouts, and also business development, meaning that the service is running on top of it.
那么第二个问题就是说，我们下半年，我前面讲，我们下半年可能会面临一些挑战，因为我们说上半年有惯性，下半年真正的其实我们这个业务到现在其实应该说在整个下半年的发展，那我们一个取决于我们现在在产品上面补动，那我们这个恢复的这种供应啊，保障我们的供应。那另外一个呢，我们在其他的一些领域啊，包括在客户界面，包括内部的运营，那下半年整个增长的速度，那到底是多少？那我现在还确实不好说啊。但是我对我们全年整个公司的这个业绩啊和整个公司的发展，我觉得还是有信心的。但是你说增长比例最后会去到多少，我现在确实没法回答这个问题。
In the second half of this year, we will meet challenges. And as I have said, because the momentum we have built up in the first few months, we still have very good growth for the first half. As I have also pointed out that we are working to fix the holes in our products to ensure supply continuity. And we're also working towards the customer interfaces and also optimizing our internal operations. In the second half, I can not come up with a specific number for the growth rate, but what I can say is that I'm still very confident in our whole year growth.
Thank you. The next question goes to Chinese media, please. Lady at the second row, please. Thank you. Yeah, in the middle.
你好，我是中国企业家杂志的记者，想请问一下，就是之前有就是一些供应商，就是生产的一些厂商，比如说像龙旗啊这样一些生产厂商，他们曾经有对外说过，就是他们的一些机型的订单，因为实体清单这件事儿因为被砍了。所以他们我们也想知道一下，就是说，现在华为的一些禁令已经恢复，已经停止了，已经供应恢复了。那么华为的这些订单会继续恢复吗？还有包括华为现在已经有了自己的生产线，我们之前也参观了，就想问一下自家生产线和对于代工厂商的生产，华为是有多少的比例这样分配呢？
Some vendors, such as one called Longqi, has said that some of their orders from Huawei have been slashed because of the entity list. But as you're saying that there's been a resumption of the supplies, so would you also resume the orders from those vendors? And also a relevant question is, we have visited your production lines, and I would wonder what is the contribution from the OEMs and what is the contribution from your own production lines?
那我就在这个过程中，因为刚开始是清单以后，那其实确实可能在这里面发生的，特别是对于我们在终端的一些结构件啊，包括我们一些产品改版以后结构件，那么可能给我们的供应商带来了一些影响。那我想我们跟供应商的这些合作都是长期合作我们也会很好的双方更好的配合一个是面向未来，当然我们也会解决现有的一些问题。
Immediately after the issuance of entity list, there has been some impact on Huawei suppliers of the mechanical parts for consumer products. However, we maintain a long-term partnership with the suppliers. Moving forward, we'll work together to address the issues.
那我们跟供应商的这种长期合作，其实我们面向未来，我刚才讲我们未来的发展，我觉得机会还是非常多的。所以说我们会跟供应商共同的来面向未来，我们设计一些新的一些产品在产品当中来加强进一步的合作。同时，刚才在生产线里面，我们会基于我们在整个EMS 厂和华为这生产里面，我们根据我们的布局和我们的产品特点，我们会做好我们的这个产能的规划、生产线的规划。那到底哪些是用 EMS 厂商做，哪些是华为自己做，这取决于我们不同的产品在做的规划。所以说，我想在这一块很难说有一个具体的比例。但是我们想在一些高端的 一些产品，一些新的一些产品，那华为我们可能在自己做的一些比例里面，我们可能会多一点，因为我们要把它做成。所以说，我们跟我们的合作伙伴的这种合作，我觉得是长期的双方应该说，面向未来，不管是在燕麦厂商，还是我们的结构件供应商，或者其他物料的供应商，也感谢大家在这一段时间共同的努力，既面向未来大家能够发展新的产品，同时在这种切换过程中产生的问题，那么我们共同解决。
As I have said, we have built up long-term partnerships with these suppliers. So I think that we have a bright prospect ahead of us. We've got more opportunities of working together on our new products, and we will work together to address the issues that we have when we switch over to new products. And as for the split between our own production lines and the EMS vendors, I can hardly give a specific number to it. Well, it's dependent on our business strategy and also product needs. I would say if it is a premium, a new product, we might make up a greater proportion in the production because we have to make sure that we reach a certain level of maturity in such products. But I would like to take this opportunity to express thanks to the suppliers, including the suppliers of mechanical parts of the consumer products, for the support that they have given us. And in the future, when we are developing new products and when we switch over to different versions, we've got great opportunities of working with each other.
那我们想在未来的过程中，我们还是会开放合作华为我们会跟我们的供应商，包括我们的合作伙伴，大家共同合作我们一方面我们保证我们供应的稳定同时我们也真正的保障我们对客户的交付。
Open collaboration is still the approach that we have taken to the partnerships with the suppliers. By working together, we ensure steady supplies and delivery to the end users.
Thank you. We now have 14 minutes left. We will take 3 more questions, 2 from this room and 1 from our remote site in Europe. Now, international media. Ms. Jiang, please.
谢谢，我是路透社思佳。刚刚梁总有形容这个你们补洞的过程是一个集中资源在核心的产品上面，然后放弃一些非核心的。那我想问一下，终端这一块这个大洞，你们具体是怎么样的打算补的一个想法？目前似乎你们是集中精力在国内市场发力，然后采取了有一些机海的战术。那未来在下半年您形容的这个情况下，会不会有所调整？比如说考虑会撤出一些海外的某一些市场，或者在机型上面、价格上面做一些什么样的相应的调整呢？然后第二个问题想还是问多一些关于鸿蒙系统，就是从一开始在你们口中它是一个媲美安卓的备胎，到逐渐的似乎现在任总比较明确的提出了它并不是一个手机操作系统，而是一个 IoT 的系统，似乎在你们口中它好像说它是什么就是什么，然后你们说起来就是只要美国逼我们用，我们随时都能用，能不能就是有一些具体的实锤可以跟我们分享一下？比如说你们到底有多少人放在上面开发这个东西？然后或者说外界可能会质疑，这个是不是只是你们对美国政府和 Google 这些合作伙伴来进行施压或者谈判的一个话术上的策略？谢谢。
As you have said that you are concentrating resources to patch up the holes in your core products, and you may have to give up some non-core products. But as we see, the consumer business would be a pretty huge hole for you to fix. So exactly what kind of idea do you have as to how you can fix the holes with the consumer business? It seems to us that the strategy you have taken to the China market is to deploy various models of smartphones. What about the second half of this year, especially in the overseas market? Would you think of withdrawing from some of the overseas countries, or would you think of making some adjustments in the price or models of your smartphones in response to the situation? In addition to that, I would like to ask more about the Hongmeng OS. You used to say that Hongmeng OS is the Plan B OS that could replace Android OS, and then Mr. Ren said pretty clearly that Hongmeng OS was not a smartphone OS, it was Huawei's IoT operating system. So it seems that there are a mix of messages, and could you give us something more? Exactly how many people have you put in the development of Hongmeng OS, or is it simply a bluff tactics that you use?
那我觉得第一个问题就是说我们在全球市场，我们全球消费者市场，那我们还会在全球消费者市场发布发展。不会说我们那我们在哪个策略，我们还会依据我们的这种产品，我们在全球市场，我们对客户供应我们的产品供应我们的提供相关的服务。所以我们想在第一个就是说，当然你具体你刚才说的这种价格，那我想我可能回答不了，要需要我们这个消费者以及具体业务人员来回答但是我们想我们在全球市场继续提供我们这个智能手机和相应的这种消费者产品，我想这一块我们不会变。
Our strategy with the global smartphone business remains unchanged. But as for the services that we deliver in specific countries, I think that it is all down to the country-specific strategy that we develop. As for the price of smartphones, I'm not able to answer that question. I have to refer you to our consumer business colleagues. But what we are pretty sure about is that we'll continue to sell and to serve our smartphones around the world for global consumers.
那因为在国内市场和海外市场，因为基于这种安卓生态的不一样那所以可能在这种影响也不一样，那我们可能未来解决问题的这种策略和方法可能也会根据相应的来制定这样的策略。
But the impact on Android OS and its ecosystem in China and in the non-China market is different. So we need to have different measures and coping tactics with the different markets that we talk about.
那么你刚才说到的鸿蒙系统，我认为这个我们从刚开始我们来讲，我们鸿蒙系统其实不是说因为你说我们的媒体报道理解，我们在鸿蒙系统我们刚开始就是针对我们 IoT 这个物联网做的一个操作系统那么操作系统我们在这种物联网包括将来的自动驾驶以及这个比如说远程医疗工业这种控制等等这方面，我们可以基于这个系统我们来进行这样的一个操作系统。那当然你们可以看到将来我们在我们的这种手机或者一产品里面就会去用。那你说未来我们这个手机的操作系统是什么样我相信就说我们在这一块我们可能是会基于不同的产品我们会来采用，不会像你说的仅仅是一个这个噱头。那因为华为公司整个长期发展我们一定要做好长期发展的准备我们在短期，那么刚才讲如果说美国政府允许华为用这个安卓的这种操作系统和生态，那我们依然还会选择虽然选择这个在我们的手机里面用。那如果说我们不允许我们来使用这个，那我们有能力并且你们可能也会在未来的产品中看到而不是说仅仅就是说好像你说就是一个应对这个一个谈判策略一个噱头，我想不是这样。
Sorry. The Hongmeng operating system, since its inception, has been one developed for Internet of Things, and it has the potential of being applied to autonomous driving, remote healthcare services, and industrial controls. And we will evaluate how this OS can be used in various products in our portfolio. As for what this Huawei smartphone OS look like exactly, I think that we'll have to evaluate our whole portfolio. This is the long-term plan that we have made. It's not just a tactic that we pull out. We have the ability to develop our operating system and ecosystem around it. But we always prefer using Android OS and its ecosystem. It is not a tactic that we pull off.
Thank you. One last question from this room, from domestic media, please. Lady at the far right, please.
谢谢。我是 DeepTech 的记者，然后我们刚刚有提到，就是运营商的洞已经是补的差不多，然后现在还是在做这个消费者业务这边的补洞。我想知道，就是华为是否会针对这种补救措施，然后进行一些内部的调整，比如说将员工从这个通信设备企业部门调到这个消费者部门，就是如果有的话，现在是多大的一个规模的调整，或者说我们还有其他的配套的这种调整措施？谢谢。
As you have said that you're almost finishing up the fixing holes part in the consumer business, and you're now more focused on patching up the holes in the consumer business. Does it mean that you have to make internal adjustments within the organizations, for example, transferring people from communications networks and enterprise business to consumer business? If you have such ongoing adjustments, what kind of scale are we looking at? And what other adjustments are you making in terms of the organization when you are fixing the holes in the consumer business?
那我想我们根据整个业务策略发展的规划进行相应的人力资源这个布局，我想这是任何公司都会做的。那么华为我们也一样，因为华为我们在公司内部，我们在我们的 ICT 基础设施业务、消费者业务之间，其实我们的核心技术能力其实很多也是共享的。
It is a common practice for any business to align its HR strategy with its business strategy. And a lot of the underlying key technologies for ICT infrastructure is actually the same with a consumer business.
那么其实在这个虽然我们说有很多这种补洞普及补洞，但是不管是在我们 ICT 基础设施领域还是在消费者领域，那我们发现这个过程中其实整个公司运作是稳定是平稳的整个组织也是稳定的同时我们会根据我们的业务策略进行相应的这种人力资源调整。那么现在整个组织的活力和员工的干劲都是非常大的。
Despite of the holes that we are fixing in the ICT infrastructure and consumer business, our business operations remain smooth, and the same with our organizational adjustments. And we are making HR adjustments according to the changes in our business strategies. But overall, we have a very vibrant organization with also energetic employees.
那我们说我们现在是在求生存中谋发展。那华为我们在求生存中其实也会解决很多这种要解决的技术问题，同时在谋发展当中还有很多这种研究探索的一些问题。所以我们刚才说一方面是内部人才的这种脱颖而出，同时也希望外部的优秀人才加入华为，在这个历史时期共同的我们能够做好这在求生存中谋发展。所以我们也希望是天才能够成批来加入到华为我们一方面内部做调整，我们还是希望一些天才能够成批来华为，我们共同的迎接这个挑战，谋着这种发展。
As we are saying, we are now fighting for survival while at the same time seeking for growth. So when we fight for survival, there are still technical challenges that we have to address. While we seek growth, we have to further our research and explorations in technologies. On the one hand, we expect more and more talent to stand out within the organization. We also look forward to recruiting brilliant minds from outside. We welcome them on board so that together we're able to fight for our survival and seek further growth.
Thank you. We will take last question from the Europe remote conference. This is a question from Lawrence Cerulis from Politico in Brussels. European countries have looked into imposing and in so many cases already imposed measures that could block operators from buying Huawei equipment. How have these political discussions influenced Huawei's sales of carrier and enterprise equipment in first half?
许多欧洲国家正在探讨，在多个场景里面探讨要禁止一些运营商购买华为的设备，请问这样的一些情况是否有对华为的销售造成影响？这里指的是华为这个运营商的业务以及企业业务的一些设备的销售。
那因为我没有看到好像很多 国家都在禁止这个华为，我不知道它具体的问题是啥。就说，因为我们看到，其实我们现在跟在欧洲很多国家跟很多运营商包括一些企业客户还在继续合作当然你说有没有影响，可能会有一点影响。我认为这个影响对我们上半年的业绩影响是不大的。
I don't know exactly in what cases the European countries are looking at measures to restrict the carriers from buying Huawei's equipment. And what I know is that we continue to cooperate with European carriers and enterprises customers. So there is an impact on our business in Europe, but for the first half, the impact is not a large one.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. Liang. Thank you, Mr. Yao. Thank you, Ms. Shi. It's been a wonderful session.
非常感谢梁博士、姚先生以及石女士以及我们的翻译非常感谢大家的参加，也感谢从欧洲远程参加的各位观众，谢谢。